welcome. My name is Jocelyn and today we are doing my, I think, second update in the Partners in Cream project pan. I have got actually a lot of updates to give you today, so I'm pretty excited. We are rolling out 2 products because they're just no good. I have decided to declutter them. Rolling out 1 product because I used it up, and therefore we are rolling in 3 new products. If this is your first time watching one of my Partners in Cream project pan updates, I will leave all the information about this project down below. Steph and DaLin are the creators, so huge thank you to them. And without further ado, let's get into the actual update. Let's go ahead and start with the least exciting product, the one that we're not rolling out at all. And it is this one right here. It is the lipstick that I have rolled into this project pan. It is a Bite lipstick. This is what it looks like right now. This is in the shade Pepper. I am wearing it on my lips and a little bit on my cheeks today. My goal with this, I've been saying since I think the beginning to get it halfway down, but you know, at some point you kind of don't know how much halfway is from where I started because I haven't been marking it anywhere. So the way I've decided to judge this lipstick officially is in comparison to the other Bite lipstick I have, which is in the shade Chai. Here is a close-up of what these 2 lipsticks look like. So this is the one over here that's in the project pan, and I want it to match this one. So I've been using it a decent amount. We are definitely on our way to hitting my goal with this, but we do obviously clearly still have a little ways to go. So now we'll have a tangible kind of visual goal as to where we want to end up with this lipstick, which I think it'll be really good. It'll make for better updates. And let's go over the 2 products that I'm rolling out. So the first one is an eyeshadow. This is my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Twitter Pated. So I have used this a handful of times, but I have over the years come to the conclusion that if I don't enjoy using an eyeshadow product, or any product in my collection for that matter, I'm not going to. I have far too much beautiful makeup that I really love using to suffer through something that is not in prime condition, or that I just don't like in general. This isn't in prime condition. I waited too long to open this up and it is just too dry. It doesn't look too bad swatched, but it also looks like nothing impressive. Let me see if I can find a comparison. This is sort of similar-ish. This is a single shadow by JD Glow in the shade Opal. So this is what I'm talking about. So we've got Twitter Pated right here, and then this is that JD Glow shadow. So I mean, you can just tell, like, look at the difference. This is a stunning, beautiful, delicious shadow. This just isn't. And I don't want to waste my time using these when I could be using these. Alas, that means that this ColourPop Super Shock shadow is going bye-bye, out of my collection. I've tried to revamp products like this and it just has never worked. So it's, in my opinion, is simply not worth the energy. So I'm not going to continue using this. It is going goodbye. But in its place, I have, I think, a total of 3 Super Shock shadows that are newer to my collection within the last, well, since last fall. So they're definitely still in prime condition and I love using them. So I thought while they're in their prime, let's go ahead and try and pan them. So the first one out of the 3 that I want to try and pan is this one right here. All 3 of them are from the ColourPop and Raw Beauty Kristi collaboration that launched, again, I believe it was last November, maybe October. They're all in this very beautiful green packaging. And the first one that I wanted to try and hit pan on is in the shade Mycelium. I believe this is the one that I've used the most. It's so pretty. This is kind of more of a topper shade. It also can be used in the inner corner. It's very, very pretty. Let me give it a swatch. All right. So that is what Mycelium, I think is how you pronounce that. So it's a little more warm toned, it's very sparkly, it's a little more of a topper shade. So you can see it doesn't have quite the same impact that this JD Glow one does, but it's really, it kind of gives like a wet look. I'm very excited about this one. I think it'll be really, really fun to use. So my goal with Super Shock shadows is always to hit the center pan. So there's a little tiny disc in the center of this pan that I like to display in my Super Shocks, and then it makes me feel a little better, like I've really thoroughly used them. So we're rolling this in. The next one is one that in my last update I said if I don't use this, I don't remember the goal I gave myself, but I absolutely did not hit this. I used it, I think, once, and I said if I didn't hit my goal, which was using it, I think just like 5 times maybe it was 10. It was kind of a hefty goal, but again, I only used it once. then that I needed to get rid of it because clearly I wasn't going to use it. And it is this right here. This is my Urban Decay Liquid Moondust eyeshadow in the shade Solstice. I've had this for 5 years, maybe 4 or 5 years. It's very old. It's a liquid shadow, so the shelf life on this is 6 months. So I've clearly outdated the shelf life by a lot. Part of project panning, I think, is to get familiar with your collection and get rid of things that you're not using, and that is the case with this one officially. I've had it rolled into this project pan since the beginning, and it simply will not do. So I'm going to be decluttering that, and we are rolling in something a little bit different, not an eyeshadow, but another makeup product. This right here, this is the Glossier Stretch Concealer in the shade G11. I have got quite a dip in this already. I'll give you a close-up, why not? This is where we are starting, so I think you can tell that I've got a decent dip in here. My goal with this is to hit pan. I have no idea how long it's going to take me. Maybe not long at all, maybe a while. It's really hard to tell and judge with these kind of potted products like this. But again, I've got quite the dip in here. So I think over the course of the next couple, maybe few months, I can definitely hit pan on this. And yeah, I'm excited to do so. And finally, wrapping up with my one skincare item, I used up this right here. This is the Good Molecules Niacinamide Brightening Toner. I didn't have that much of this left. I just had like a wee little bit. So I wanted to throw it into this project pan to use it up because it was just sitting in my bathroom. And I did. And I actually really enjoyed this. I definitely think that I'll repurchase this at some point. I just noticed that my skin looked, I hate when I say this, but just better. It just looked better. It looked brighter. It looked more clear. It felt like there was less texture, less breakouts. I just feel like it did a lot of really good things for my skin. I used this once a day at night after I cleansed. So I would cleanse and then I would use this as my toner and then I would moisturize after that. And it worked really well and it made my skin look really good. But I'm not going to purchase this yet because I'm using a different toner. So I'm rolling this into my project pan. It is this right here. It is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% Toning Solution. So I know that while you're pregnant, there are limited items that you can use while you are pregnant, specifically skincare related, that I'm recently learning. I had to ask my doctor because they didn't just tell me. What I've read online and also what my doctor said is that salicylic acids are a no-go, as are AHAs and BHAs. But so far, everything I've read is that glycolic acid up to 7% is okay. So if you have heard otherwise, please let me know. But everything that I have read is that this is fine to use. So I try and use it once every other night or so, which is what it recommends, no more frequently than once a day. So once every other night, depending on how my skin is doing, I'll use this. And I've got a lot of this left, so we'll see how far I get with it. I'm gonna mark it. I don't have a Sharpie in here, so I'll mark where we're starting and then we'll just see. I'll probably, I expect, have this in for the duration of the project. I tend to use skincare products like halfway up, unless it's like a moisturizer or a cleanser, but like serums and toners and stuff like that, I kind of just use halfway and then stop using, which is what I did with this too. So maybe it'll take me less time now that I'm consistently using it to use it up, but we'll see. So there you have it, my new products. This eyeshadow, this toner, this concealer, and my old product, this lipstick. And there's my update. It's a little bit late, just a few days, not too bad, I don't think. I hope that you enjoyed. I also recently posted a Pan That Palette Project Pan update, so if you don't want to miss that, go check that out on my channel. And if you like project pans and you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss future updates from me, don't forget to subscribe. All of those buttons are right down below. And I think that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.